welcome back to the N1 Sports Podcast. This is Riley Viss, and Blake Parks next to me. We took off last week because a lot was going on. We had a busy Sunday, but yeah, here we are again. We're back. Fucked up. All right, 3, 2, 1. All right, welcome back to the N1 Sports Podcast. My name is Riley Viss. Next to me is Blake Parks. We took off last week because we were pretty busy throughout the whole week. We didn't watch much basketball. Didn't really look at too many stats, and we just had a busy Sunday, so we couldn't really record. But we are back now, and this is your War Eagle, last week's wrap-up, I guess. And next week's look ahead, plus standings, and we will also look at the conference leaders through, I believe, 4 weeks now. 3 weeks, something like that.
I think it's 3 weeks.
So we're going to jump back to December 14 when Marcus Meriden Cleghorn, Remsen Union, took on Akron Westfield. This game was at Akron, I believe. Yep. And Marcus Meriden Cleghorn ripped them apart. The final score was 67-46. It wasn't even close. It's such a bad game, it won't even let me look at the stats. So that's how that one went, and I can't look at HMS's either. But I guess looks like Marcus, their young team is maybe finally starting to play, hopefully. The second game of that Monday night doubleheader was GTRA and HMS. So GTRA is not in the War Eagle, but HMS is. This one was at HMS, and HMS came out by 15, 80-65. Big win for them. Not quite sure what the record is, but they are looking pretty strong as of now. So, you have...
That's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to do
All right,
what I want to do.
Let's jump to Tuesday, December 15. Varsity Bound is really not on our side tonight.
No, it's not. No, I finally pulled up standings. HMS, as of now, is 3-3. They're sitting about middle of the pack, tied for 6th. And the other teams we were looking at was Akron Westfield and MMCRU.
They're both on the bottom.
1-6.
Both got one win.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump into Tuesday. We have HMS versus West Bend Mallard. This one's at West Bend, and HMS murdered them. 74-31. Dominant win there. Once again, we can't get the stats pulled up for some weird reason. So we're going to kind of roll through it, I guess. This next game, very well surprising to me to see this final score with Harris Lake Park getting murdered by South O'Brien. This one was at Harris Lake Park as well. 67-27, a 40-point win for a young South O'Brien team against what was supposed to be a pretty tough Harris Lake Park team. You got the records for both of them?
I do. Let's see. We have Harris Lake Park sitting at 2-4 right now.
Bad start.
And South O'Brien 3-4.
So two rough teams, but South O'Brien looked really good that night. Our next game is Akron Westfield and Remsen St. Mary's, the other Remsen ball team. And this Remsen ball team murdered them, 73-10. You put up 10 points, Akron? Come on, man.
I think I tried watching that game too. At halftime, Akron Westfield had 3 points at half, unless I'm thinking of a different game.
At least you hit a three-pointer. That's all I can say about that one. It's a highlight of the night. We hit a three-pointer, boys. Anyways, let's get away from that team. Done talking about Akron for the rest of the season. This one is at Trinity Christian. It is against MMCRU. This one looked like a great game. I kind of tuned into it for a little bit, but got really bored of the lack of basketball skills between the two ball teams. But 53-45, Trinity Christian Tigers come out on top of that ball game, making Trinity 3-3, and MMCRU is still ugly at
1-6.
0-4 in the conference. Beautiful. Let's take a look at Hinton versus Unity Christian. Still trying to look at the stats, not popping up for us. Whoa, something just popped up. Not what I wanted to pop up. But Hinton at Unity Christian. Unity Christian took this one pretty easily, 73-46, and I can't find that But anyways.
They do put up stands.
Oh.
Computer doesn't like us today, I suppose.
Screw our computers.
Yeah.
Apparently. So, Galen Catholic, or no, that makes Hinton 4-3, and Unity is 4-2. Kind of both sitting in third and fourth, or fourth and fifth in the conference. Kind of struggling to start. And then we have the undefeated versus the next best team in the conference is what it's looking like. It is Galen Catholic and West Sioux at West Sioux, and this game lived up to the hype. 59-57. You got the stats for that one? Since you got West Sioux up?
This game was Galen Catholic.
Galen Catholic. The battle for the 1 and 2
Yeah,
in the
we
conference.
do got them.
Galen did win this ball game by 4 and keeping them 6-0 and 3-0 in the conference.
And Galen Catholic stats, you had Keaton Bonderson had 18
Typical.
points. Zach Kraft had 11. And Carter DeRocher had 10. Carter DeRocher also put up 15 rebounds.
Double-double.
And as for West Sioux, got Mason Kopic with 21, making him the only double-digit scorer.
Nice.
That's all I can say about that one. Besides, Caden Buttle had 6 points, but he did put up 9 rebounds. Brady Lynott also had 7. And yeah, it was just like an all-rebounding team for West Sioux, but obviously it wasn't enough to get the job done.
Absolutely. We will move on to December 18. We have Remsen St. Mary's versus HMS at HMS. This one was another close game, but Remsen takes it 56-46. Harris Lake Park versus Hinton at Hinton. Hinton took this one 63-58 in a close ball game. It looks like Harris Lake Park's going to be very streaky this year. Depends what team comes to show up is how the night's going to be. West Sioux versus MMCRU at MMCRU. West Sioux dominates 81-52. Looks like that Mason Kopic show is really starting to take off from the train station here. Then we have Unity Christian at South O'Brien. Unity Christian takes a close defensive battle, 46-37 at the end of that one. Unity Christian is kind of struggling in the standings there, and West Sioux is looking good. South O'Brien looking like a young team in the standings, but we will have to keep watching that one as it folds out. Look at December 19. I believe this is Saturday.
I believe so, yes. West Sioux went to go take on Woodbury Central, and this was a hard-fought game till the end. West Sioux came out up top, 68-67, and we had Trinity Christian versus Galen Catholic. Not sure if they played or not. There's no score, so yeah,
Not sure what happened there.
that game might have been postponed to a later date.
Yep. I was gonna have Blake read more, but I didn't realize there's only one score.
Yeah,
So apparently it was
makes
on.
my job pretty easy.
Yeah. So now we look at December 21. That is my birthday. Not sure if this game's happening, but it's Harris Lake Park at Trinity. There's no location yet, but Trinity is the home team, but it also is starting at noon. So unless these boys don't have school, they won't be playing at noon. I'm guessing it's a later game. Just a weird time entry
Well, hopefully
there.
it's a later game. It's at 12 a.m. Hopefully they're not playing at midnight.
Oh, I suppose it's not at noon.
Yeah, it's at midnight.
Well, hopefully someone shows up to that game.
I hope so.
And then the second game of Monday is Galen Catholic versus Unity Christian. We have a big game there. The team that we projected to win the conference versus the team to get second. Our top two teams, not quite the way they're sitting right now, but it's very close. Yeah. And then we look at Tuesday. Probably not much. That's a wrestling day. Oh, there is more games on Tuesday than Monday.
That's a Tuesday. Tuesday's basketball days.
No. Well, not in the War Eagle. Monday, too.
Oh, true. War Eagles all screwy.
They play whenever they want.
Wow. But yeah, as of that day, we got Hinton versus Akron Westfield. At Akron, Hinton should have hopefully an easy win.
It's going to
Akron's
be a
not.
field day for them boys putting up
Yeah.
stats.
Then we got Remsen St. Mary's going to Galen Catholic. That should be
That's going to be a
a
good game.
good game.
It's
Both
gonna be a good
undefeated as of right now. 6-0 versus 5-0.
Oh, jeez.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that should be hopefully a good fought game. And then the last game of the night, we got HMS taking on South O'Brien.
That's gonna be a good game
That
as
should
well.
be another good game.
These two are both battling for the middle.
3-3 and 3-4.
Yep. HMS has been looking hot lately,
Mhm.
and so is South O'Brien. So that Tuesday we have two big games going on, really battling for positions in the
I believe
conference.
that is the last day before break.
I would
It
not be
is.
surprised. Yeah,
Because
it
it's
is.
January. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's it there. Let's look at the conference leaders. And now let's go to the conference leaders, and then we'll do the standings right after.
Yeah.
So let's go find the War Eagle. Here we are. All right. So your leading points scored, and it's not even very close, is Caleb Holmes out of Hinton. He's a junior. They are Class 2A.
Mm-hmm.
Hinton's 2A this year. Huh. Sorry, Caleb Holmes, but I don't think you're going to state this year. But
Maybe not.
1A, you had a better chance. But you look at second place, it is not surprised at all to see the sophomore up there. Also a 2A West Sioux team. It is Mason Kopic at 130. Caleb Holmes had 151. And then your third leading one is Keaton Bonderson, another sophomore out of Galen Catholic this time. He is 1A, so he's got a chance at state.
Mm-hmm.
He's got 122 right behind Mason Kopic. So there's your top three for points. And I'll let Blake read off the assist.
Assists, I don't think it's really a surprise. We got Mason Kopic coming in at number 1. Number 2, again, no surprise, you got Caleb Holmes with 24. And Bubba Sohn and Jake Wallen from South O'Brien. They're both tied for third with 23. And Brady Lionot's not too far behind with 22.
Looks like the assists are all bunched up there.
Mm-hmm.
We're actually changing it to per game. I don't like looking at totals. But anyways, that didn't change
Doesn't
much.
change much.
It does change a lot.
Well, for assists.
Yeah.
Points not so much. Assists does.
Right.
Blaine Harpernaugh averaging 4.8 assists a game. Bubba Sohn coming in second with 4.6 a game. Jackson Bunkers, a sophomore from Remsen St. Mary's with 4.3. Cooper Ebel, a sophomore from HMS with 3.5. And Alex Schroeder, a sophomore from Remsen St. Mary's with 3.5.
Remsen dishing out the assists. Holy smokes. They have 3 in the top 5. Let's jump over to rebounds per game. We have Jake Wallen jumping to a double-double, I'm assuming. He's got 10.3 rebounds per game. Anthony Koiker, once again, he's up there. This one's from Trinity. He's got 9.3 rebounds a game. Lance Barons, a sophomore at HMS, has 8.3 rebounds a game. And that is your top 3. Let's jump over to steals per game.
Yeah, steals, at least personally, I think War Eagle you might see a little bit more just because it's more, you might see more turnovers in War Eagle than you would Siouxland or any other conference just because, at least in the Siouxland, they always preach don't turn the ball over, or the more you turn over, the less chance you have to lose. So that's what they always preach in Siouxland. But yeah, steals per game, you got Blaine Harpernaugh from Remsen coming in at 4.5 steals a game.
That's insane.
Yeah. Clayton Bosma from Unity with 3.8 a game. Brandon Koyama from Trinity with 2.8. Gavin Nelson coming out of Hen, 2.7. And Dawson Skip off. It's a weird last name for me.
That's Cade's younger brother.
Oh, smokes. Hey, Cade. I don't know if you're watching. But yeah, he's coming in at 2.5 steals a game.
There it is. Let's jump over to blocks and keep this train going. We have Jackson Marnach, a freshman of Akron Westfield at 1.8. Yeah, you got to do something for that team. At least they have some kind of stat representing their team. Camden Steffen out of MMCRU, here's a sophomore, 1.7 blocks per game, along with Anthony Koiker, once again getting up there in his stats, 1.7 blocks per game. And the rest is all just kind of stats you can really look into if you want. But that's a lot of work. It's more for like a scouting type look.
Yeah.
You don't really do it much with this. So we're going to jump over to our standings. And this one's a little bit more fun. In first, tied for first. How do they do this? Oh, versus. Is this. No. Huh. I wonder how they actually. I'm not sure how.
they I see what they're doing. They're doing wins.
Oh, they just
They
do
do
wins.
wins. So if we do win percentage, that'll change.
We're going
it.
to jump at win percentage. Tied
Yeah.
at first is Galen Catholic and Remsen St. Mary's at 6-0 and 5-0. And they actually battle this week, so that'll be a fun game to watch. Sitting in third is 6-2 West Sioux.
Wow.
And then in fourth is Unity Christian at 4-2. Fifth is Hinton at 4-3. And then sixth is a tie between HMS and Trinity Christian. And then I'll let Blake finish it off.
Yeah, let me finish. You got 8th place, South O'Brien, 3-4. Harris Lake Park coming in at 9, 2-4, and a tie battle for last place all season is Akron Westfield and MMCRU tied at 1-6.
Yeah, that is your standings.
Mhm.
Your points differential leader by team is Remsen St. Mary's. They're averaging a 27-point win.
Wow.
And your worst team is, take a guess, it's Akron Westfield, losing by an average of 32.6 points per game.
Well, the best part is they don't got to worry about Hunter Deckers and that West Sioux team last year scoring twice over 100 points.
Maybe put your JV team in a couple times, or even your girls team. Maybe that'll help. Gotta try something, man. It's bad. At least you gotta win.
Yeah.
Feel bad for the team you beat, because that's MMCRU.
Team they beat's not too much better. So.
Right. So that kind of wraps up our War Eagle at a perfect 17 minute stopping time.
Perfect.
But yeah, that's our War Eagle. We will see you next Sunday, or if we have an emergency podcast before then. But over the break, we're going to be doing rankings. Second half, what to watch for. First half, recap of the season, and all that crazy stuff. So we'll see you then. Have a nice night.